Today I'm reviewing Combiner Wars Optimus Prime and Legends Rodimus, is what I would be saying if I hadn't come across this figure. I went to buy Skull Basher instead because he was on special at Kmart, but after I got there he was sold out, and Windblade was just in stock. So I have to strike while the iron is hot. Okay, so big shock. I was ready to completely destroy this figure when I bought it. The only reason I made this purchase was because I wanted to tell everyone how terrible it is. Here, take a listen to a scene from a podcast I was a part of.
Yeah. Thing is, though, I'm sure I've already said this, but I'm skipping out on that and actually getting a different version because that looks...
didn't you order it online?
Yeah. Like, if you look at this photo I've got up here, you can see that I'm getting the Iron Factory version. It looks so much better. And the Windblade looks even worse in hand because, you know, Photoshop makes everything look better. But in hand, it's even worse.
Oh, in that picture of the bad one, the faces underneath it are funny, like through the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're they're mocking her.
So now that I've made my point, allow me to undergo a complete 180 and say that this figure is not bad at all. No, seriously, this figure is not bad in the slightest. In fact, I'd say it's pretty decent. Not fantastic, but for a Legion figure, decent. The vehicle mode's actually not a bad representation of the character. While I'm still holding out for a proper warrior figure, which will hopefully outdo the Generations one, this thing will do for now. It's a great representation of RID Windblade, but not so much the IDW one. But that's okay, I've already stacked an order of Iron Factory Windsaber, so I'm good. The proportions are okay, and the underkibble is at least able to keep itself hidden from the sides. The shape of the jet is really nice, and I don't mind the visible hands so much. What I do mind is the lack of paint though. This thing really needs some more black on it because the whole thing comes off like Mastermind Creations' Eupatorium in being a red prototype looking jet. I also wish they moulded the same blades on her VTOLs on the other side, even if it meant it wouldn't be show accurate, but that's just a nitpick. She also has 3mm holes for weapons, even though she doesn't come with any. Yay? Is there a reason for this? For a size comparison, she's small. Really small. Legion small. Seriously, even by RID Legion standards, she's tiny. The transformation is simple, even for a Legion. It borrows heavily from the deluxe figure, and that works out okay. Now, this robot mode, I was really expecting to hate it. And you know what? I don't. It's not bad at all. In fact, shoulders aside, I'd say it's great. Really good for what Hasbro can do at this scale. The legs are on point, the wings look okay, and although those shoulders are pretty poor, they're easily overlooked. And also, more paint! The paint looks pretty good here, so it makes up for the vehicle mode. Furthermore, don't like this sticker? Well, I can feel a turbine under there, so let's peel it off and see. Yay, it worked! There's no silly moulding to get around it, so you can completely remove it. Anyway, there are only two major gripes I have with this figure, and the worst one is, surprisingly, not the shoulders, it's the head. She looks like a smiling beaver. I know many people complain about the doll-like face on Windsaber, but this is just goofy. I might paint over it and have a completely white face later. The second con doesn't need an introduction. These shoulders suck. In terms of other articulation, the elbows are on ball joints, the hips are on ball joints, and the knees bend. The legs also get better motion now because she can actually stand, unlike the deluxe figure. For a size comparison, she's still really small. It makes more sense in this mode though, as she gets more feminine proportions. All in all, she's actually not bad. I was expecting to hate this figure, but as it stands, she's 4 stars easily. How the bloody hell did this happen? Have I been drugged? Is this an alternate universe? Has Solek granted me a wish for a satisfying Hasbro-made Windblade? What the hell happened? Okay, next time I'll review Power Core Combiner Wars Optimus Prime and Legends Rodimus Prime. Wait, it's not a Power Core Combiner. What the hell's going on here? Ugh, the title is so weird. Oh god, what am I saying?